Hey.
Okay, 5-minute tech question of the day with
Techie to the rescue.
and me, NZV. Hi. So this is more of a PC question,
Yeah.
but it's very simple. Talk to me about the blue screen of death.
Oh.
Oh. And what do you do if you see it? Does that even still happen? I remember that used to be like the thing.
Yeah,
like 10
I
years ago.
don't think that's a thing anymore.
Really?
Yeah, let me look. Let me just look up blue screen of death. I mean, I don't know too much about the blue screen of death, but
I mean, when I was in school, that was a big problem.
like it's yeah, no,
So I'm
no,
wondering-
it's just it means that your computer is basically gonna be dead.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. 1 month ago, Windows 11 is bringing back the classic blue screen of death for when your PC stops working.
Interesting.
So that happened.
So I
1
guess
month
it is
ago.
kind of
Here, you're
timely.
gonna-
So would they like stop doing that for a while? And then
Yeah,
brought
they
it
stopped
back?
doing it. That's
Okay.
why I'm like listening to the question.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like, wait a second. Earlier this year, it looked like Microsoft would permanently change the color of its familiar blue screen of death. Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of famous videos of people who are at concerts.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, behind the band, there's this giant blue screen. Like if you actually hold him, I can look it up.
Come
And
here, Zivi.
but I mean, let me just see if I can find this.
Spoon? Spoon?
Yeah, I think there was. Yeah, here we go. Here's a classic.
That's dead.
Like you see how that's
Yeah.
just like they're doing a presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another one.
Mm-hmm. So
New York gets a lot of blue screens of death.
right. So back in the day, I remember like if you got that, you knew your computer was almost toast.
Basically.
If you get that now, does it mean the same thing? And hi.
Yeah,
And like how much warning time do you get?
Well, here's the thing. It's like they've now changed it. Look at the smiley face now.
They like tried to rebrand it.
They rebranded it. Like look how it's rebranded from just
Yeah.
the way that it was. But
It's interesting though that it even implies like something sad, because back in the day, like I think the first time it happened to me, I was like, what is this? And then I figured it out.
Yeah, no, it's usually bad.
Hello.
Let's see. Blue screen of death. Microsoft has changed the blue screen of death over the years to include additional information. Let's see.
That's right, because I remember back in the day, it didn't even have any words on it, right? It was just kind of, at least from what I remember.
Right.
Hey.
Yeah, because then they changed it to like black at some point. So that's why when you said blue screen, I'm like,
It's
I don't even
interesting.
think it's a blue
Well,
screen
my
anymore.
perception of technology is like,
Right.
it's like I woke up after time traveling or something. I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can get some good information on it. But yeah, it's funny because even as an acronym of BSOD,
That's funny.
yeah. So it's like that's what they would say in there, but describes an error of some kind that hit the operating system in a hard enough way that forced Microsoft to quit. Yeah,
So it doesn't always mean your device is toast then.
not necessarily, because Microsoft labels them as stop codes or stop errors. But usually it would be a problem.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see
So
if
if you get the blue screen of death, do you need to like run to a Microsoft store or run to somebody like you, or do you just kind of like?
the Microsoft stores are extinct now.
Okay, well then, I'm telling you, I'm like, this is what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
during
I'm
the
telling you.
pandemic,
Right, they all closed.
they all closed.
Right. So what happens if you get a blue screen of death? What do you do?
I mean, essentially, what you need to do is call up some type of tech support.
For Microsoft?
Yeah, that goes and we'll look
And
at
see if they can figure out what to do?
Well, and chances are, I mean, because here's the thing. Typically, what you would do is if you have the blue screen of death, like all you can do is you have to shut down the computer
Yeah.
and
Right, I
turn it
remember
back
that.
on,
Right.
disconnect all attachments.
Yeah.
Because maybe one of the attachments could be causing the blue screen of death.
Right.
Reboot your system into what's known as safe mode.
Uh-huh.
And then you might even need to uninstall software, if possible.
Uh-huh.
Or do rollback of drivers or all kinds of other things. And if it's not software related, then that means that there could be some type of hardware that's just starting to fry. but it's like it's a tough one.
What happens if somebody calls you and says, "Hey, I have a blue screen of death"? Because you're mostly an
Cool.
Apple guy, right?
Cool. So then I would go and I would say immediately turn off the computer.
Yeah.
Do you have any type of backup at all?
Right.
And then, like, if it's a case where it's not necessarily working, because I would probably have them turn it off, turn it back on again.
Yeah.
See if it turns back on. If it turns back on, leave that computer on. Get as much data off of it as possible.
Yeah, that's smart.
And then once that happens, shut the computer down, and that's where it would then have to go to a technician to take the whole thing apart and to see, like, is it dust? Is it something failing? Is it...
And you work with that kind of computer, or would you just have to send it straight to
I have somebody that I work with that goes and does all that stuff.
So you do look at PCs?
Because I do software.
Right.
I do.
Right, but I'm saying, like, you mostly do Apple, but, like, sometimes you do Microsoft for these things?
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean, I've done PC stuff of helping people with recovering emails or all kinds of other things and stuff. But it's like when it comes to, like, blue screen of death, that gets into hardware.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
That's scary. Blue screen of death, like, becomes a little scary.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
what were you doing with your machine that caused that, or is it just the machine just has parts?
I mean, I
that need
just
to
remember back in like we had, I went to this crazy high school that made us all have PCs, and it was like a regular thing. Like the computer person there, like had a whole table in her little room covered in PCs that all had the blue screen of death. It was like so bad, and like. It wasn't even always that you were doing something crazy with it. It just like happened all the time.
Right. So according to the HP website, it signifies the system crash that stems from an internal issue.
Yeah.
So.
That's fun.
Yeah. What usually causes issues with a blue screen of death, which is funny because at some point they changed it to black.
Yeah.
Which means BSOD always stayed the same.
Right. It's really
like black screen of death or blue screen of death. It's always BSOD.
That's interesting.
But if you get them too often, according to HP, it's a sign that you should get professional help fixing whatever issue or buy a new computer altogether. That seems to be the...
So as you find them with more and more frequency, you probably should do something about it.
Well, because your data is going to be toast.
Yes. So save your data.
On an external.
Yes. Yes. All right. Somebody's getting very squirmy. Look at that. Who's that? Is that you? That's you. Yes, you're very wiggly today.
Very squirmy.
I think we're gonna end this.
Well, we're also going to welcome another subscriber.
Yay! That's exciting.
Fan base, we got another subscriber. Nicole, welcome.
Yay!
Thank you so much for subscribing. We're at 3 now.
Yay!
It's just gonna keep on rolling. Like we're really excited, and we've been doing once again more sponsored, more subscriber content. So, as you can see on fanbase.app/techie, we're just constantly bringing subscriber content. So there's gonna be more coming. And thank you everybody for just subscribing and being a part of this.
I think we're gonna end this because there's actually a lot of snow outside today. It's like the first major snow of the year, and it's hard to see.
No, they can
and
see.
And Pashom is gonna want some playtime outside, so
they can see the snow. They saw the snow. Snow.
So we have to get ahead of some of the chores before we have extra time for that. Yes, you see your car. All right. So if people need help, where can they find you?
TechieToTheRescue.com or call 707-267-7778. 707-267-7778.
Gonna go rescue this baby.
Okay, rescue the baby.
Bye.
Bye.